Hello everyone, how are you today? And welcome to History with Shime History Video Learning Program. I'm Shimelis. Today I will start teaching grade 10 history new curriculum. The text has 9 units which deals about African, Ethiopian and world history. Today's lesson is Unit 1, Part 1. It's about development of capitalism and nationalism is the main topic of the unit. Under this unit, the first one was features of capitalism. Capitalism has been dominant economic system in the Western world since the collapse of feudalism. The growth of capitalism is highly influenced by the Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution is an economic revolution for the first time started in England. Why? Because in England, different prerequisites were available, like coal and iron, including water sources, even having more educated peoples. So these are the very important uh, prerequisites for the outbreak of industrial revolution in Great Britain, which highly influenced the capitalist system. The Great Industrial Revolution was mainly responsible for the tremendous economic transformation in Western Europe and the United States of America in the 19th century. Following the Industrial Revolutions, new sources of energy and power, particularly coal and steam, replaced wind and water powers, which were dominant in the medieval period. But now they were replaced by coal and steam. Industrialization promoted the development of new socio-economic classes, especially the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. The proletariat, when we say factory workers, whereas the bourgeoisie were owners of factory or industry, including means of production in the industry. It was owned by the bourgeoisie class, the capitalist classes. The means of production in the capitalist system are owned by a small group, as I have mentioned. They were known as capitalists or bourgeoisies. The second class is the proletariat. These are workers in the factory. They have only means of labor, They do not have any profit in the factory system except their wage. The creation of products and service in the capitalist economy is based on demand and supply. This was one of the the most important features of capitalism, means free market economy. The price of the goods, it must be depend upon demand and supply. The capitalist economy differs from the socialist economy. The socialist economy mostly characterized by central planning structure, which is also known as command economy. A command economy is one in which the government controls volume of production, their distribution, and prices. So one of the differences between the command economy and the capitalist economy is the presence and absence of government in economics. Features of capitalisms. Dear students, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this channel. in order to address the channel for more students. One of the features of capitalism is private property. The existence of private property. The system permits individuals to have property, business, services, and the like. The second feature of capitalism is no or less government interference in the business. The third characteristic is profit motive. Capitalism mostly is conducted for profit maximization. Market price determined by supply and demand means free market economy. The last characteristics of capitalism is competition. The second subtopic of today's lesson is features of nationalism and formation of nation states. Nationalism is a feeling of belonging and loyalty that cause people to think of themselves as a nation. Sometimes nationalism it could be proud in one's own nation and doing better things and defending even the nation from enemy. It could be one aspect of nationalism. Several great movements that occurred before the 19th century helped the growth of nationalist sentiment. This includes the Renaissance, the Protestant Revolution, and the expansion of commerce. The Renaissance, with its development of national language and its literature, helped to bring about national self-consciousness. Dear students, if you remember this development, Renaissance from grade 9, it is about the intellectual movement occurred in the 14th century in Italy. One of the essence of Renaissance is using vernacular language or national language, which helped for the development of national sentiment. The second one was the Protestant Revolution. This is, of course, the lesson of grade 9. The Reformation movement or the religious movement. As a result of this movement, the Catholic Church was unable to rule all over the Christian churches in Europe. And of course, as a result of the revolution, a new church was separated, what we call the Protestant church. The Protestants wanted to have their own specific religion, which helps to develop their own national sentiments. The last very important development which helped for national sentiment is trade and colonies. When you say trade, it could be the transatlantic slave trade and colonies, the colonization of the 19th century, which helped greatly European countries to develop their own state very strong. So these are the most important lessons of today. Before I am concluding the lesson, still my student, don't forget to subscribe, like and share to get more recent history lesson. Bye bye.